Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to some more prep phase action here in the inaugural tournament. Right now we're going to have Outplayed versus Cookie Cutters, and joining me is Lothans, who you probably know from the previous game.
That's right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here with Septimus. My pleasure, of course. The first time we're actually going to be sitting side by side, metaphorically speaking anyway, sir. Very excited to work with you here for this matchup. It's going to be a doozy, man.
Absolutely. I am super excited for this game, especially after watching the previous match, where things just, you could really see the coordination happening. And here again, we've got two just excellent teams, both of whom I know have been practicing like crazy to prepare for this game.
Absolutely. On one side, of course, is Outplayed. Led by Road XLX, followed up by Ash Jackie, Baby Millie, and Atharia. Hopefully I said that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then on the other side, of course, Cookie Cutters, who were very nearly stuck with us up for today's match, but luckily for them, Lava Cookie is in the lineup there, led by Team Captain Remney, Lava Cookie, of course, Awe, and Gamelnox. So looks like the teams are getting ready to select their map choice for the first game of this series. I'm going to ask you right now, Septimus, who is taking this one home? Because tomorrow, the winner of this has to face off against Guy Logic.
That's right. So once I said it before, I do think that just because of previous experience, I think that Outplayed does have a little bit of a advantage here because they have been playing in the tournament for a little bit longer. Of course, Cookie Cutters came in very strong and have been playing incredibly well. The practice that they've been doing has been showing up in their gameplay. And it does look like we do have Cloud Spire for a map pick. Big surprise there.
And what is surprising, however, is Cookie Cutters is getting rid of Gray instead of some of the top bands. We've seen Helio, we've seen Lockwood, we've seen Rask. There's the Rask itself, so Lockwood is open. It looks like, and the Cookie Cutters isn't even picking Lockwood. My goodness, I thought the strategy was force them to pick between the top two bands and then take the other one away, but it doesn't look like that's the strategy right here. Picking up Dr. Finn instead.
Which is, you know, another just good example. They know what they want to play. Finn is a really good support, and they may not necessarily be worried about playing against a Lockwood. They've probably been planning to do so, especially with that Gray first pick. Just based off their composition, it might be a little more, you know, get a little more hurt by, you know, some of the abilities that Gray has versus Lockwood.
Yeah, and of course, Lockwood, one of the first ever freelancers to grace us with his presence. And of course, there's the Lockwood picked up by Outplayed. But what I was going to say is, everybody kind of understands what Lockwood does, and especially on this competitive scene. They've played with and against Lockwoods for some time now. They understand completely the mechanics there, can play around it, I'm sure. So Lockwood picking up with us Aurora for Outplayed, and of course Garrison going over to Cookie Cutters for their second pick.
Yeah, very interested to see that just based off of those two picks. It looks like they're probably going to go for some sort of crowd control composition because Garrison, the king of crowd control, and if you go ahead and take that bubble, the root bubble for Dr. Finn, you can keep people stuck in place for days.
Absolutely, and the Asana is the answer from Outplay's side for their frontline pick to match up with that Garrison and Celeste on the other end. And picking up for Cookie Cutters, and oh, we're going to see Zuka Mania running wild once again in Atlas Reactron Cloud Spire. I love it! And
of course Celeste to answer that Lockwood, another just top tier firepower to make sure that they can get the damage out when they need it. And of course, you know, just going back to go over once again just how evenly matched these two teams are. You know, both have played somewhere right around 20 games, 22 for Outplayed and 20 for Cookie Cutters. And they do have a kind of backwards matchup, whereas, you know, Outplayed has had 13 wins out of those, while Cookie Cutter has only had 7, but because they've cleared out some entire matches, they won both versus just 1-1, it got them the points they needed to get them up to this matchup.
Oh,
and there's the Blackburn.
The first Blackburn we're going to see in the Prep Phase League here in the tournament. This is the first opportunity these teams
very excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. I wonder who is gonna be playing it. Looks like perhaps Ash Jackie is.
Yeah, alright, rocking that Warbotic skin as well.
It's Christmas in July, ladies and gentlemen, with the Warbotic skins all day, every day. And it looks like we're gonna have an excellent matchup here. I've got to go with my girl Zuki, though. I think Cookie Cutters is gonna take this one home because Zucomania cannot be stopped by any mortal force.
Yes, and unfortunately I can't pick based off of my favorite Lancer because, as most of you know, my guy is Rask, and unfortunately he is the ban master, banned almost every single game.
Yeah, and for good reason. For very good reason. Rask can totally change the face of the combat zone. I mean, if he sticks to somebody, one of the most dangerous things, in my opinion, that I've run into is an enemy Rask getting onto somebody with the slow mod for his basic attack, and you just can't get away.
Right, and that's just what he's really good at, just sticking on the aggro. That's what I like about him. But of course, Asana as Baby Millie here, I know Baby can really play that front line well, so I'm excited to see that happen. Let's see here. So who is your pick here? I know you like the Zuki, but just based off of team composition, who do you think is going to be coming out on top here?
I'm going to stick with Cookie Cutters on this. Lava Cookie on Celeste. That is easily her comfort pick at this point. Celeste came out recently, but not the most recent. Blackburn is the most recent freelancer out. Celeste is kind of Lava Cookie's bae right now, to be honest. So she's very good on that freelancer. Obviously, Remney is a Zuki main from way back in the day. And of course, they have Garrison, who is very powerful in close quarters. And of course, Dr. Finn as well, one of the top tier supports right now. So I think Outplayed has their work cut out for them, but if anybody can pull it off, I think it's going to be them.
So absolutely, and like I said, I just got to stick with Outplayed on this one. I do think they got a little bit better of a composition, even though we are seeing Blackburn for the very first time. His single target damage is just amazing, and mix that with Road on his favorite Lockwood there. I think we're going to see a lot of damage coming from Outplayed, although Gommel does make an exceptional Dr. Finn, able to just heal his team all the way back up, and you know, throw those life-saving bubbles out there to make sure everybody stays alive. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to play out. Once again, this is just a very good matchup.
There's no question about that. Septimus, one thing that I'm going to keep an eye on is in here is what mod is going to be on the Zuki Ultimate. Now, I played a few games earlier today, a little warm-up games, kind of relaxing myself before our wonderful tournament here, and Remney and Gamelnox, I was lucky enough to play with them on my side. Remney was using the Through Walls mod for Zuki's ult every game that we played with him.
That's correct, so, yeah, because I believe I was there with you.
Yeah, absolutely, and so definitely he is very fond of that mod. It does reduce the damage output by 10 for every target hit. However, you can kind of hide out and just launch it from anywhere.
Yeah, and I know we are on a delay here, so I'm actually going to go ahead and throw out a bit of a spoiler, because I know one of Remney's favorite tactic with that particular mod is to use his dash, snag that might from that mod on there, and then move away into a spot where no one can see him or hit him, and then just set that ultimate off, tagging everybody if possible for 44 damage rather with that might.
Absolutely, and the setup, of course, the sticky bombs the turn before on a few people, then jump away and launch the ult, doing tremendous damage as possible with that. So here we go. Looks like we got a little bit of a spread, but everybody's going to the same side.
Yeah, and it does look like even the frontliners do not have vision of each other because of that pillar, although accurate markers available for both sides on those, but those are the only two with good markers at the point. So let's see, looks like we're just about to get into a slugfest here.
Yeah, here comes the rockets from the Garrison. And Garrison is both rocking those Warbotic skins. Lava Cookie staying back with their team, throwing out that trap from Celeste, lining up for the support on the other side, and then nice energy game. But there's my favorite ability of the game, the heals flying out onto Baby Millie. No shield to block that. And all taking a bit of damage from the double firepower team from Outplayed.
Alright, and looks like everybody's kind of moving back into a little bit more defensive. I didn't see Outplayed move very much at all, kind of sticking to where they're at. And now stuck out a little bit, although I do believe he'll probably jump here into the middle of the enemy team. And, you know, once again, Cookie Cutters, like I said, pulled back into a very defensive position, so I'm curious to see what they plan on doing here.
Looks like the heals coming on road. The team captain using Turtle Tech and that 30 health from the Aurora. Gonna eat that big one from Suki. And a lot of dashes coming in. All dashing in Garrison. And as well, Baby Millie on the Asana dashing in as well. Not hitting anybody, but that does make a whiff out of the sticky bombs. But a couple rockets come flying out, hitting Road and Asana as well. A lot of people whiffing there too, trying to hit the Asana. Ash Jackie missing the Garrison. Gobbledog's missing the Finn basic attack there. Everybody looking at the guys who used to be there. Road's the only one who seemed to make contact aside from Garrison that turn.
Yeah, and once again, everybody moving into defensive position. Looks like Cookie Cutters is using that same tactic they used that one game where they like to pull into this one little area on Cloud Spire and just kind of set up a fortress in there. And Lava Cookie did move off trying to flank the enemy team, but may end up getting caught out on her own here.
Yeah, but look, they've kind of stuck Baby Millie in there, surrounded by 3 people. Here comes the bubble from Dr. Finn, shielding himself from that damage that's going to come in. Ash Jackie on Blackbird using that self buff, giving himself might. That is called Stimpack, perhaps. But Baby Millie doing some damage, getting the return there on investment from the shield. A lot of good damage coming down there, and Ash Jackie is going to be slow, taking a little bit of cover damage from the Garrison. The same can be said for Garrison from the Lockwood and the Iron Cloud, and no cover bonus for that one. And no cover bonus from Ash Jackie, getting a full spread of 45 damage on the Garrison. He's down to half health already.
So yeah, unfortunately, Oz stuck a little bit out of position there, couldn't really do a whole lot at the time, and then got focused down quite well by Outplayed. And of course, once again, like I said, Lava Cookie kind of stuck out on her own here. She still does have both Dash and Catalyst available to her, so not too much of a worry as Celeste for the moment. And Baby Millie just in there ready to tear it up some more. I wonder if he does the Pierce on his root mod there. That would be a nice position for him.
Yeah, definitely. Gobbledog's throwing down some heals for his teammates there on the Dr. Finn Road, getting out of dodge. Dash on Lockwood, and there it is, the Pierce on the root, getting 2 individuals, Finn and Garrison, and Lava Cookie doing what Celeste loved to do, doing some damage and still getting that health from Shrine. Ash Jackie taking tremendous damage out there on the Blackbird.
Oh, that's much better.
Here comes a little bit of an answer from the Aurora on Outplayed side, and Ash Jackie throwing down a bomb onto Gobbledog's, who is down to half health as well. Baby Millie not taking any damage that turn, so very good on him.
I just want to comment that Theria is doing an excellent job of staying out of the fight while still being able to provide support for her teammates. That is just excellent Aurora play there, and it doesn't seem like anybody's directly been going after her for some reason. That's usually the first target you see coming in as these supports, and Lava Cookie really just kind of stuck out of position since Outplay decided to disengage and run back over.
Yeah, Lava Cookie not going to be able to do pretty much anything here, and a double hit dash from Baby Millie's Asana onto Finn and Garrison again. Lava Cookie doing what she can, throwing out a trap and picking up that energy buff. Remedy taking a bounce shot, but it's not going to do much. Same can be said for his shot on Ash Jackie, but the Garrison shot doing some work. A lot of cover bonus here. Here's the important thing. Cover bonus can basically effectively double your health bar, guys, so always keep in mind on that.
Alright, and this is, I think, a good position for Awe here. He's going to throw his missiles up, I'm pretty sure, at this point, with his jump becoming available next turn. And looks like we're going to see just a lot of dashes coming out at this point for people to move back into position, because it's a little spread out at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Baby Millie anticipating a bit of damage, perhaps throwing down that self-shield. Garrison with the Turtle Tech and is priming those rockets. Ash Jackie and Remedy both dashing out of danger there. Ion Cloud coming down on Garrison from the Aurora. Lava Cookie's still playing that little mini game Celeste likes to play, pick up all the buffs on the map, but she is totally ineffective right now. The last 3 turns in a row, the Eels come down onto the Blackbird, but he returns fire and almost takes out Dr. Finn. Road missing completely, tried to guess perhaps where Remney was going to land, but didn't quite get there.
Yeah, and I gotta say, the positioning for these teams just really shows how much they've been practicing. Aurora just in the right place to throw out that Paralaser, which will be weakening Awe to kind of keep him from doing much damage to herself or being able to do much to Ash Jackie at the same time.
Oh, this ought to do the trick.
Yeah, and Ash Jackie going with that Turtle Tech as well. Here comes the shielded Paralaser there. And it does weaken Awe as well. Big one coming out from the Suki, and Goblinox choosing to Catalyst Dash out of danger there. He was certainly going to go down if he didn't do that.
Don't worry, I brought
There's
enough
the
for
Street
everyone.
Cred rocket taunt from Awe, hitting 3 members each for 8 because he was weakened. That normally does 10. And the punch not as effective as he might like, but he's still bouncing around, still doing their work. And Awe is going to be rooted by Baby Millie, who's still in full health as the frontliner with ultimate. And Goblinox going down to Road. What a prediction there. Definitely good job for the team captain of Outplayed.
Absolutely, and looks like Etheria just in a fantastic position for that Aurora ult, which just came up. Luckily, as I mentioned, Awe does have his dash back up at this point, because he is not in the best of places at the moment. So Remney and Lava just a little bit further away than I would hope they would be to support the rest of their team.
Behold,
Here comes Baby Millie with the Street Cred Asana ultimate flying in to the danger zone, all getting out of dodge as Lockwood ulting right on top of Celeste, played by Lava Cookie's face. 20 damage coming down, but the shield from Asana reduces all of that. And the Blackbird gets taken out by that trap we saw Celeste place 3 turns ago. And Lava Cookie goes down, and Ash Jackie gets a little bit of healing done by Etheria. Well done, like you said, perfect positioning to do some work for her team.
Got fins in all the right places.
So, and there they are, doing that tactic once more, pulling into that kind of shielded area and just setting up shop. So I do really like that. They tend to move back and forth between that just to pull defensible positions in when they need to. And of course, looks like Garrison has his ultimate up along with Remney, so we're about to see some really good damage coming out here.
Yeah, Ella, great respawn from Goblinox. Gets to heal his damage right away. Ash Jackie getting the health as well from Aurora. Remney throwing down that Zuki ultimate. Catches 4 for now, but are any of them going to dash? Here comes a trap in the Lockwood. Road is going to dash away as a free action trap. He took the mod for that. From the 2 things was all throwing down the Garrison ult, hitting nobody, but Remney catching 3 individuals with a 45 damage Zuki ultimate there. Blackburn not getting any more damage on the 2nd round of his ultimate, and does get some ignore cover bonus. So that's a mod on his stim pack to ignore cover on his basic attack for that turn.
Yeah, I am definitely curious why that ultimate ended up all the way over there. That may have been a misclick of some sort, or he possibly ran out of time. So of course we got Baby and Road right in there, invading that little fortress that Cookie Cutters had set up, and Lava spawning quite far away from her team.
Yeah, Goblinox trying to get some help onto Garrison. It's very low in health. Remney using the Turtle Tech as well. Road Asana shielding himself. Baby Millie both getting slowed, Road and Baby Millie as well, but Road getting a nice bit of damage onto Awe. He definitely would have died without that shield, and Remney getting some return damage also.
I am restored.
Etheria throwing down that Ion Cloud, healing each member up by 8, so every little bit counts.
Alright, let's see what we got here. So we got Lava once again. It looks like they're trying to use Celeste almost as most teams would use Gray. We're just splitting off, trying to deal damage from behind, playing just kind of the flanker position, if you will. And let's see, we got Gommel finally has his ultimate up. Now that he's respawned with several people grouped up, might be a good time to use it.
Hiding in plain
Yeah,
sight.
no dashes coming down. The rock is primed up by the garrison. Etheria flashing out of danger and Asana dashing as well. All gonna miss everybody. Ash Jackie probably gonna be throwing this toward. Oh my goodness.
3, 2, 1,
Misses the person right in front of him. Suki with the street cred basic attack, missing everything, and Lava Cookie tried to pick up a health orb, I think. And then also did some damage to Blackburn. Goblinox throwing out that ultimate from Dr. Finn, but they already got out of there, so it's useless this turn.
And we got Baby still following on Rimney, so that should, with Rimney still has their Catalyst, has a jump up next turn. I can probably imagine that they will try to escape out of that with their jump available next turn to continue to move around, stay out of the line of fire. And Lava, you know, once again, still kind of over there, out of the fight a little bit.
Can't touch this.
Yeah, and there you called it perfectly. The Catalyst dash from Rimney getting out of danger, but he's probably still going to take a little bit of damage from the backside. The Eels coming out and Ash Jackie whipping because of the Catalyst dash. No, Root tried to come out. But, oh man, Road right in the right place at the right time. Get some damage down on the Catalyst flashing Zuki. Celeste, of course, returning a bit of damage to Ash Jackie on the bottom side of the map.
That was a very low action round there. So, looks like Cookie Cutter is trying to form another front over here on the other side. And of course, Rimney, I'm going to assume, is going to be dashing out of that mess right there, because that is not a pretty place to be. So, let's see. And Etheria a little bit split up. I can imagine that would be a good target for the rest of the team, who almost seem to be triangulated around there.
Yeah, and a very nice damage, 62 damage to jump out of there from Rimney, because he already had the might buff. Maybe really gonna whiff. And almost goes down to Road, and because of the spray and pray, Etheria taking some damage from the Finn. And the Celeste Lava Cookie doing 50, focusing that Aurora. Aurora doing her best to keep Baby Millie alive. Ash Jackie hitting nothing, tried to go for the Zuki, but she's already out of here.
Let's take a look. Oh, and Rimney just very not in good position at the moment. And not a lot they can do. I know Aw does have his jump up, but not really in a position where he could be attacked by too many, as Road is behind that wall. So I don't think he's in any trouble for the moment.
Baby Millie throwing down that Asana shield, trying perhaps to get Rimney to kill himself by attacking, but that trap is doing the job. Road throws the trap and dashes once again. The free action trap coming in useful. Rimney wisely using the sticky bombs, anticipating the shield. Didn't want to take that free damage from Asana. And here comes a lot of damage on Etheria from the trap and Celeste right in her face. And Ash Jackie actually finishes the job. The trap was not needed. Zuki goes down. Zuki Mania is dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, Etheria not on the greatest of spots at the moment. Does get a little bit of health from that Ion Cloud, and probably going to throw that big heal on herself, I would imagine. And Aw and Lava Cookie right there, hopefully able to secure that kill. Gommel in a good position for a spray, if he has one.
There's the big 40 health coming down for Etheria on the Aurora. Lava Cookie, the recipient of the shield. And it's surprising that Aw was not the recipient there. Throwing down a trap on top of herself. Etheria taking a lot of damage, but not quite going down. Except the shield gets her. That must be why he put it just where he did. The sticky bombs pop from Zuki. And it looks like Aw on Garrison is going down to Baby Millie's Asana that turn. And by the way, Road, the team captain for Outplayed, used second win, so he's healing himself. He got 15 that turn and 15 next.
You know, I am actually very curious at this moment. If I recall correctly, there has not been a sweep by any team other than Trash in the tournaments. So I'm kind of curious to see whether or not we might see it happen again here.
Activating catalyst.
All right, looks like Turtle Tech coming down. The big one's coming out. Rimney has respawned with Zuki, and Baby Millie dashing all over the place, hitting Gobblenok's spin. Etheria going to ult herself, getting back up to 41 health. Celeste taking a lot of damage, but so is Road. That was a nice trap. And Gommel not hitting anyone trying to get that Asana, but she got out of there in time. And there goes the Aurora down to the Celeste. Finally, they get on the board 4-1.